Hey, and welcome to States Unlocked, the place to learn about social psychology, human behavior, and learn practical tips on how you can improve your life. So, if you want to understand yourself and others better, be sure to subscribe today and hit the bell notification so you never miss an upload. So, have you ever heard of someone in an abusive relationship saying things like, but when it's good, it's so good, or I know he can be horrible, but he's not all of the time. Well, in this video, you're going to discover the trap which keeps people stuck in abusive relationship dynamics and how we can get out of it. So, this information should be in everybody's consciousness, but unfortunately, it isn't. So, please watch until the end of this video because this can either really help you if you're struggling with this dynamic, or it could help someone you know and love either now or in the future. So the first thing to say is that if you're in an abusive relationship of any kind, whether that be with a family member, a friend, or a partner, I want to say I'm truly sorry. We as human beings are naturally social creatures and we need others in order to feel wellness. However, some relationships can become highly detrimental to our minds, bodies, and spirits. And in this video, it's all about sharing a key component on why we unconsciously keep these draining relationships in our lives. Before I continue, I would really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, and if you could please subscribe to the channel. It will really help me out. So without further ado, let me tell you what the main issue is here. So fobbed machines, fixed odds betting terminal machines in casinos and betting shops are highly addictive, and they've been labeled by some as the crack cocaine of gambling. So these one-arm bandit machines are so addictive because they play on a part of our brain which craves predictability. Because these machines are so unpredictable, we are left unsatiated, and so we go back for more. Because sometimes the machines will actually pay out, it doesn't seem an entirely fruitless endeavor, but this is a very destructive pattern of behavior which can lead to a great deal of suffering. Now, this was discovered in the 1950s when scientists did an experiment on rats. They had the rat pull a lever to receive a food pellet. First, they practiced what's known as continuous reinforcement, meaning the rats would consistently get the food, and this did not create any addiction. Then they tried the lever, providing nothing, and again, this didn't create an addiction. Then they discovered that through mixing it up and providing the pellets sometimes in a non-predictable pattern, it actually made the rats extremely anxious, and they started to deteriorate as they became more and more obsessed with the lever. So human behavior and human beings, we have similar patterns. So remember at the start of the video when I asked you if you've ever met someone who seems to justify a person's bad behavior because they're sometimes nice? Well, this is known as intermittent reinforcement, and this person is hooked on the other person. They're addicted to the notion that they can get what they're craving from the other person, which is often love and respect, if they just work hard enough, because they have been given breadcrumbs. So if they try hard enough, they may get the full loaf. If the person were to be horrible 100% of the time, there would be no addiction. But because the person is inconsistent and unpredictable for one reason or another, this can trigger addictive tendencies within us. Now, the reason this is crucial to understand is because when you get this concept, you start to realize how you see someone's so-called positive traits can be a very dangerous thing to do, because any abuse at all within a relationship is too much abuse. And by looking for the positives, this is in fact the trap. This is intermittent reinforcement at play, and the positives you're describing are the reinforcement. So acknowledging this fact and truly grasping it is what is going to be a vital key in recognizing abuse and what it looks like and how to escape it. So it's designed to be confusing. It's designed to get us hooked. Please do not be fooled when someone who treats you badly starts doing nice things that they are a reformed character, because they're not. Given the right circumstances, they would and probably will go on to hurt you again. This isn't to say that they're doing it on purpose or in a calculated way, although they might be, but nonetheless, it is completely destructive to our sense of well-being. You shouldn't have to work for someone's basic respect. You shouldn't have to work for someone's love. It can be hard to admit and come to terms with the fact that we've spent years, maybe many years, trying to get someone's approval or love that was never going to give it in the first place. But if you're in this dynamic, I urge you to be brave enough to face facts, because by continuing this cycle, you're only wasting more of your own energy and your own life. And life is obviously short, and these people just don't deserve you to constantly show up for them when they're not showing up for you. So, it's time for you to show up for you. Stop giving them your time and start giving it to yourself. And again, I know if you've been in this pattern for years or even your whole life, it can be so difficult to break out of, but you do have the power. Knowledge in this case really is power, because without making this pattern conscious, you are extremely vulnerable. We're extremely vulnerable to our own brain's predisposition to becoming addicted to intermittent reinforcement. So if you found this video helpful, or if you've learned something, why not give it a like and also leave a comment? I'd love to read them. And also please do subscribe, share it with anyone you think could benefit from it. And I want to just say thanks very much for watching it. I really appreciate you guys' support, and I will see you on the flip side. Ciao for now.